Hello friends and welcome to another video. We'll be playing 10-minute games here and I'll be explaining my moves so maybe you can get a better understanding on chess, alright? So we're gonna play the French defense. This is the E6 move, this is called the French defense. Sometimes people don't like to play this, but this is the exchange variation which really solves the position of the problem of my bishop that doesn't play. So this is good. And this is very symmetrical position, so we can simply develop. This is gonna be pretty much balanced most of the times. So I can check him here first. You know, we can trade the queens and go to an endgame if he wants. I'll be really glad to do it. You know, I'm gonna castle, or maybe I can develop the knight. I think I'll develop the knight. Yes, I think that's a good move, because I'm developing. So now if he takes my queen, okay, now he's threatening to mess up my pawn structure here. So I can simply castle here, which I think is a good move. And if he wants to avoid the trade of the queens, I'm ready for it. And if he trades, I can protect my knight. So yeah, I think that's good. I'm not afraid of keeping the queens on the board. So if you want. Okay, so it is a good move, but now I exchange and I get a good square for my knight. Which is good, by the way. So we have a good development. This is the opening is done, okay? So the opening phase is done, and we have a good opening. So yeah, we should keep developing. We should keep developing. This is pretty annoying because I'm attacking, I'm pinning his knight, so this knight cannot move, and I am developing a piece. Bishop here is also very good and possible, but I think this one is a little bit annoying, so let's do it. Although, you know, this could be potential fork, so maybe he can try some trick here, but okay, let's see. Let's just see how it goes, and I can bring the rook now. Now I need to position my rooks, maybe h6 at some point. And okay, so he's inviting for some exchanges. You know what? I will exchange my beautiful knight for his beautiful bishop. And now this pin is really annoying because this bishop is undefended. And there's no more h-pawn. We could potentially, you know, get me out of here, get him out of the pin. So let's keep bringing the pieces. Which rook we want to bring? It's not easy to tell. Let's take a look at strategical things now. Let's try to read the position. Where lies his counterattack? It lies on a move like c4, attacking the center. So it makes a lot of sense not to allow that, and or maybe try to take the most of my bishop pair, you know, not allowing that. So bishop e7 is a move to consider. Also, we want to play a move like knight a5 in the future, maybe to not allow c4. But now we need to bring more pieces to the game, you know. We need to bring more pieces to the game. So maybe we can try to dominate the column. And I don't know if it makes difference which rook I'm bringing here, because I don't have an attack on f7 and it's not easy to happen. So I don't see any difference. Maybe there is. Maybe the computer says so in the future when we analyze it. But I don't see it now. Okay, so he will really connect his rooks by playing this in the future. So I think it's time to grab some, to fight for the column. Yes, no, the moves are pretty natural at this point, but yes, he protected the bishop. Very interesting position. And now the problem with my rook here is that I cannot reroute my bishop. But okay, I think that I have to play this move. I mean, if you ask me which move I have to piece, I think this is the knight. He's offering me a draw, and I will not accept it. Because we need to play. This is just the game is just starting, and although this is pretty much balanced, it shows that my opponent is not comfortable with the position. Maybe if he wants to play quick games, he should be playing blitz games or bullet games, not 10-minute games. I don't need to rush. I don't need to accept the draw. Actually, for me, the game is just starting. But this is psychological. Maybe he's telling me, oh, you should accept the draw, otherwise I'm gonna win. I'm not gonna fall for that. So I have the bishop pair. You know what? I'm gonna play another move that I like a lot is f6, because it doesn't. It already grabs some space. He will probably play this move and try to exchange everything. No, he cannot. He's hanging a piece here. So he's definitely gonna play this, but it's not so easy because potentially bishop b4. So how about a5 here? Not allowing b4, and not only that, I might be able to play this. That's interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. And is he gonna play that? And exchange a piece and exchange everything? Maybe he will. He's offering me a draw, so I'm gonna play this only to refuse the draw and not allow this massive change of pieces. Now, he is going to change a lot of pieces here. He is definitely gonna do that. And I need to try to find a way to squeeze something from from this position. And I think f6 is good, but okay, we're gonna exchange everything. My knight is not doing a great job here. My knight is not doing a great job here. Can I avoid the exchange of pieces here? If I play this, can he play like knight g5? Yes. Okay. So h6 is kind of passive. But okay, then I can play king f8. Yeah. He will exchange now most of the pieces. But I still got the bishop pair, and I still believe this endgame. So we should play this. Yeah. All right, let's do it. At least I could bring my king. My king is active now, and I do have the bishop pair. So, okay, we should stop this knight. We gotta stop this knight. Oh, I don't like this move. I don't like this move for white. I think it's a mistake. I think I win a pawn here. So let's say I play this. If he goes back, I just win a pawn. If he takes and go here, I just win a pawn. So I think he lost a pawn here. It's a mistake. f4 is a mistake. I think so. I think it's a mistake. Maybe f3 first. I don't know. Okay, now I take. Okay, and I am a pawn up. So basically what I cannot do is exchange the knights. I can exchange the knight for the bishop, but I cannot exchange the knight for a knight because this goes to opposite color bishops, and then my advantage is over. So at this point, we need to control the knight jumps. There are two ways of doing that. Going back with the bishop, which I definitely don't want to do, and playing this way, which creates weaknesses on the light squares. That is true, but at the same time, it restricts his knight a lot. And now, I should be able to play like this and start going after those pawns. And putting a pawn on the dark square is never bad against a light square bishop. So if he touches my bishop, I just go back. And I keep this diagonal because I'm threatening this followed by that. Okay, now he saw it and he's bringing the king to the game. So I'm a pawn up. I do believe this endgame. So can I advance too much? Because this is going to become a target for the bishop. Let's say he moves the knight and I want to go for this endgame. But then this pawn is weak. So I don't think that's the way to go. I think I should bring my king. You know, maybe bring the king to g3. Let's do it. Now this pawn is vulnerable. We need to have that in mind. But this move, I like this because I give my knight this square. But I need to be extra careful here. He's definitely going to play this, I think. Well, here he protects the pawn, but he loses mobility. Now it's not easy to attack this pawn. So my king can keep marching. And I'm playing this, maybe. Okay, now he's inviting me. Oh, he's inviting me for trouble. My only weakness is this pawn. This one is really easy to protect. So if I take here and bring the king, can my knight protect my pawns? I mean, can I play this position for a win? I don't know. Maybe I cannot, but that's what I have to do. Otherwise, his knight is going to be powerful. My king is not going to do anything. What's the idea, guy? Maybe I can put the knight on c4. That's the idea. Or maybe I can reroute my knight to h4 and with my king here. Let's do it. I got 2 minutes, and this is dangerous now, but I get my king on h3, on g3 now. And with my knight would be better on g5. Okay, let's not... he wants to play that. It would be good if he... Yeah, it would be good for me. So I'll do it. It would be good for me, because that's my only pawn on the light square. And I know his king is going to enter the position, maybe. But maybe not. Not the easy position for him to play. Not even for me. I think this one is very, very strong move. Very, very powerful move. 2 minutes. Oh, I'm forgetting about the clock. So I think against this, I play this. Let's calculate this a little bit. Check, moves, takes, and I have a passer. I'm gonna do it. This is a very dangerous attack because he's gonna bring the king as well. Oh, so hard, guys, so tough. Here are the pawn, maybe the bishop. Can I win this endgame? Sorry. I got 1 minute. I need to really understand what is going on. So I push the pawn here. I push the pawn here. He takes. Or maybe he doesn't take and go for that. It doesn't matter. I'm going for this. I don't have time to calculate. So I have to follow my instincts now. I don't know about this. Oh, this is a very, very strong move. But I have this one, which is very powerful. Not losing any tempo here. And I cross the board first. I think I win this because I have this extra pawn here now. So I should promote as soon as possible. Yes. And okay, now we get control of the pawn. 1 minute. So he cannot take here, otherwise he gives me the ultra pass pawn. And now I need to bring the king, right? Yes, I need to bring the king. Maybe I can check him first. Try to get an extra tempo. No, it's not going to be good. Maybe this one. Yes, I like this one. But now king c8. Here we're getting closer to him. I like this maneuver because now I protect my pawn. I like this maneuver so much. Now this. And this, and I win a tempo. How about that? How about that? What a nice maneuver here on the end game. So he resigned the game, and he would have to hide the king now, and then I get 2 tempos, 2 extra tempos. Let me show you that, guys. How about that? What a nice maneuvering at the end game. So we got a very good accuracy here, not a perfect game. So we almost allow him to draw the game. So he had a drawish endgame, but probably not easy to find. So he played very well here, very accurately, and it was really a good game despite of the mistakes. Let's take a look at that. So this is the French. As you can see, black is already balanced here, and we can exchange. I can develop the knight. So I think my opening was so good here. It's so balanced, and that's what black wants to do in the beginning of the game. We want to equalize and have a good positioning for our pieces and a good development. So we made it. And now we bring the rooks to the game. So doubling the rooks, I don't know if was the best idea. Now I just want to avoid the trades, but it's not easy possible to avoid the trades, and we go for the end game like right in the beginning of the game. So he's offering me the draw. I don't accept. And I want to play. I don't know about this move. The computer says it's excellent. I thought it was a mistake. But why is it not a mistake? Well, g4 was better. It's hard to understand this situation, but bishop c8 makes more sense. Bishop to c8 makes more sense, although I can play knight d8, right? Or take another pawn. It's not easy situation here. g4 is the best move. It's really not easy to find it. And so now we're better, you know, we're a pawn up. b6 restricting the knight, a5, all the pawns on, most of the pawns in the dark squares, and now a4 the computer says, followed by bishop to c1. Somehow I thought this was not this would create a permanent weak pawn on the light square, which could be attacked by the bishop, but the computer says it's good. Why not? Why not knight e2 here? Is this really winning endgame? How do I protect it? Oh, I had to find only move here, knight a5. But what if this? Then knight to c4, followed by a3. Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful stuff. I couldn't find it, so I went after the bishop. And I keep bringing the king. So it's not easy to find that a4 idea, but maybe now I could play it. And here, that's the way to go. So I needed to follow my instincts here because I was running out of time. And this is the only move, actually. This is the only move. So we go for opposite color. But probably I missed some chance here. Let's see how it goes. So c4. So I go here and knight f4. This is a risky maneuver. And this is not the way to go. So here is a miss, although this is probably not easy to find how to punish this with the white, but here h5 is the fine move here. h5, not losing any tempo here, not losing any tempo. So, and then takes g2. Wow, this is awesome, because now the bishop is attacked. And what if he wants to keep the bishop? Then knight e3, get closest to the pawn, and then we are pushing here. And the knight is able to capture the pawn. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is actually the way to go. But I was, you know, trying to simplify for a winning endgame. Again, I didn't have much time, but now how can he draw this? Okay, this is not the best. I thought he was going to play this as well. And yes, I was going to push h5. Yes, it doesn't matter. And only now d6. Wow, that makes a lot of difference. Yes, it wins maybe 2 tempos because now he takes with the king, and I go f5 now, but he has this d5 idea. King e5 should work as well. Let's see the computer. Yeah, it's more natural to play this way because I have to waste this tempo, and now he pushes the pawn and crosses the chessboard before me, which means he's gonna queen first, and then we have. We're a pawn up, but it's white's turn, and because the king is exposed, maybe too many checks. Of course, there's going to be a fight here, but white can draw this. White can draw this. So, but it's hard to find. And now I'm winning with the only move capturing, of course, and now the only move f5. I don't have time to move my king. So, and then f4, and then f3. Okay, we just need to finish this. But now it happens an interesting thing here. If I capture here, I'm not sure I'm winning anymore. Maybe I am. Maybe, but it doesn't make sense to capture. Maybe if I play this, am I still winning? I am still winning. Even if he promotes and we exchange, and then I push the pawn, and even if he gets those pawns, I was afraid to play that, so I played more conservative. So I'm still winning this. I'm still winning. But I do like a lot this queen h7 move. Pinning the pawn. So he unpins and I pin it again. So my queen gets closer. I do love this maneuvering. And now what I was going to play is this. And then the king has to hide here to protect the pawn. And then I got like 2 free tempos. I can push the pawn. He has to move the king again. And if I want, I can do this one more time. Do that maneuvering one more time. And starting with this check or something else. But I can also simply take the pawn, or, you know, get a few tempos like this, and then maybe another check, and maybe he goes here, and I do a check here, and I do a check here, and he has to go back here, and I win another tempo. And at any moment, I can take the pawn. I can take the pawn at any moment. I could be cooking him like forever like this. Now it goes like this, and I go like that, and I go like this. And I push the pawn. You know, I can cook him forever doing this and always winning a tempo. So this is a very nice maneuvering. I wanted to show you that, guys, because this is a technique you use when you have only the king and the queen against king and pawn. You use this maneuver, okay? But we can also use this in this kind of position. So we get an extra tempo, And why to do that? Because we don't want to risk. We want a zero risk endgame. So that's why we do this maneuver. Just to go for a zero risk endgame, you don't have to calculate a lot. You just do this maneuver, and you are making your opponent to resign as soon as possible. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed the game and the video. Thank you so much for your audience, and see you next time.